Hello, this is Meg at Chasing Retro, and this is video number 2 of 3 of the Sesame Street Junk Journal flip-throughs. This video will have 5 little golden books that are Sesame Street themed. The first 4 that I will show are reserved, and the last one is available. If you are interested, you can email me. My email address is in my description box, or you can just wait until I list them on Etsy. They will be listed tonight. Today is July 7th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My Etsy shop is in my description box as well. Okay, the first one, like I said, is reserved. And this one is made out of the monster at the end of this book. It is tied with some fabric that I cut the stripes out of, basically, and then pieced it together to make one long tie. I did a double bow, and all the little golden books are about the same. They measure 7 7/8 by 6 1/8. They all have a 2-inch spine, and they have around 16 to 18 pages per signature, and there's 2 signatures. They all have some sort of vintage fabric on the spine. They're sewn in with wax thread. I left the original cover and book as they are, even the corners that might be a little scuffed. I just wanted them to look used, worn in, and played with. This one does have a removable tassel, and it's some more of the yarn that I found that looks like a Muppet to me. All of the journals have a laminated bookmark. This one has Grover, and it says adorable, lovable, and it's got a little plastic letter here. And we have, inside the front cover, I left it as it is. There was no name in it, and I just put a little Grover here to decorate. You have a double pocket, a journaling card with some tissue paper. So all of the journals have QR codes randomly hidden on the back of things. You can scan those and it will take you to little Easter eggs that I have added in. All the links have been tested. I just thought that would be a fun way to add some interactivity. I created these Fix-It Shop repair tags. Each journal will get one of those. There's a cluster with a number 4 from one of the children's books, and a little game piece from the Sesame Street magazine, and a little ticket. We have a belly band here. This is an image from the magazine. Several vintage flashcards from Sesame Street in these. As I said in the first video, almost everything in here that is a card or tag is authentic vintage ephemera, either from a book, a magazine, or I did order some things off of eBay. Really, the only digitals are occasionally, like this one right here is a digital on the back of, you know, purchased cardstock that I didn't want to stay white. Everything else is vintage and real. Here is some sewing around the edge of that page. There's a little Betty Lou, and she's asking how to get to Sesame Street. Someone sent me in Happy Mail an old Sesame Street coloring book, and so all of them have a coloring book page from that. Tuck Spot Cookie. This is a card made out of a cut-up crib sheet. This is a braid card that I put Ernie and Bert on. Here's an up-tuck pocket, journaling card, and flash card. This is a little Keep Up the Good Work certificate with some liquid measurements on the back. So it's not Sesame Street, but it is still learning. And this just looks so vintage. I found this at my craft reuse store, which also has a lot of teaching supplies. A little paper sack with a fabric cluster and a little journaling card. I'm not going to show all the QR codes. I said that in the first video as well. I want whoever receives these to find them. It's like a treasure hunt, so I'm going to leave them hidden. There's a belly band with little Bert. This is not Sesame Street. Someone sent this to me, but it is a vocabulary flashcard, and this is, of course, a Yip Yip that my family and I painted one night. Seems like 6 years ago, but these have been so long time coming. A vintage fabric tag and a Hooper store sales slip that I created. Here's a corner pocket. Oh my, we have a motorcycle. This is a masterboard card, and this is a little TV set that I put an image from the show on. Song sheets. Each journal will receive a paint by number page. We have a shaped journaling card here, a little tag with Grover, and a shaker card with Grover. Each journal will get a shaker card. One of my favorite things to make ever, because you can customize the contents to the colors in the journal. A brayer tag, and 2 more journaling cards. And I said this in the first video, but whoever has requested to reserve these, I tried to put their initial in here somewhere. There's Oscar, and it folds out. Here's a pieced felt with Cookie Monster. A little cutout of Big Bird with Be Silly. Someone sent this in Happy Mail to me, some Uno cards. And then this is some invites that I ordered off of eBay. How sweet are these? And then we have a flashcard. There's a decoupage napkin, a flashcard, and a mixed media tag. In this sack, we have another journaling card with Roosevelt Franklin. Here is a vintage wallpaper tag that I put an image on the front, and a little mini coloring sheet from the Fun Pad. Here's a book page envelope with another Fun Pad sheet inside. From the Sesame Street magazine. Here's a fabric flip with a variety of different fabrics. Belly bands. Each journal will get a little sheet from a book I had about the history of Sesame Street. It came out for their 40th anniversary. Bellhop Grover. Here's a vinyl pocket, and then we have a journaling card, and I tucked one of Big Bird's feathers in each journal. I was going to do that anyway, and then one of my lovely viewers emailed me or commented, I think, and gave me that idea, and I was like, great minds think alike. I've already bought the yellow feathers. Here's Roosevelt again. He is just so cool. Some letter stickers here, and this folds down. A vintage wallpaper card and a journaling card. I love this fringe on the left. If you hear my stomach growling, I'm sorry. I'm almost at lunchtime and I'm trying to get this filmed. Here's a little rubber duck Brad. Grover card. A little journaling card and a felt J. Vintage trim, waving Grover. This is vintage gift wrap. Wallpaper that looks like a brick wall. There is Super Grover. I've got little threads. Y'all, I have found so many threads in my house. So much sewing. Vintage card tag. TV card. Fabric cluster with a little A. This is dyed paper. Here is one of the jersey knit Ernie shirts that I made to go in each one. Dry cleaning tag. I put a page from phone books in each one because those are the people in your neighborhood or somebody's neighborhood. And then here is a library pocket. This is vintage gift wrap as well. And it reminds me of that scene in the beginning when the kids are playing on the jungle gym. Some ribbon on that page. Bert cluster. Sesame, this is from the magazine right here. Bulletin board trim. Bulletin board letter. And a flashcard. There's lots of journaling space on these. Super cool. The center has the number 8. An envelope that flips out. It opens for a journaling spot. Oops. Little stitched embellishment there. This is a chipboard letter here. Little fun tuck spot at the bottom here with another book page card. Here's Harry. Vintage gift wrap that I made into a ruffle. A large side pocket with a journaling card with a fabric tab. All right, this is one of the reserved ones. Monster at the end of this book. The next reserved one has the same type of tie, just different colorway. And this is some beautiful primary colored fabric. It's got the same tassel as the other one. This is I think this is early 90s little golden book. I did a double bow. So I tied this. It is still going to ravel a little bit. It's got these little pieces of white thread, but I think it'll be okay. I really wanted to do the zigzag trim on these, but I think a few times tying them will make that shed stop. Here is the dangle bookmark for these. I really like doing these. I got this idea from Paper Terrace. She made these one day recently, and I watched her video. And I wanted to do a tassel on these, but I wanted to do all yarn or fiber. So this allowed me to do fun beads without doing, you know, charms and all that extra stuff on the edge. And you can move it around. So for Bert's, I put paper clips on here because obviously it's his favorite thing. That and oatmeal, but I couldn't figure out how to put oatmeal on a tassel. I mean, a bead dangle. Just a little cutout that I had, and more QR codes in this one. A little cluster with Bert and a quote from Bert about oatmeal. Little Grover card. Little game piece. Belly band. This is another one of those cutouts that you can put up like a paper doll style. This is a masterboard card. Make sure I've got it in frame. Fabric tag and a googly eye. Bert. All of them have a googly eye card of some sort. Here's a tuck spot with Bert. Journaling card. This is from a fun pad. Another journaling card. This flips down. A shape journaling card and a yip yip. Phone book page, paper sack with a button cluster. Journaling cards. Vintage coloring book sheet. wallpaper that looks like brick. Here's Ernie. Here's Ernie's shirt. 2 more journaling cards. Flip out envelope with Bert and Ernie, and this opens up for journaling. Center has Grover in this blue room. A fabric flip. Napkin pocket. Bert tag and paper card. Dyed paper. Cluster here. A fun pad sheet. Mixed media tag and a rubber ducky eyelet. And I said this in the last video, but each journal that I sell will come with a rubber ducky for Ernie. Here's a fabric Bert cluster. And a little journaling card. Brayered paper. This is a library pocket with a wallpaper card. This is one of the crib sheet cards. Fix It Shop tag. Little cookie. A vinyl pocket. Wallpaper Angry Bert card and Tweedlebug. So if the reservee had a favorite character, I tried to put a lot of that character in that journal. So this one obviously is Bert. There's a little letter cluster, brayered card, corner pocket with the count. Here's the C, journaling card. Belly band. This is made with some Franken paper. One of the history pages. This is the original, it was the original brainchild of this lady right here to start Sesame Street. Pretty awesome. These have forced me, or made me, want to research the history a little more. I've been interested in that. Here is a felt Bert and a color by number, paint with water sheet. If I had found vintage Sesame Street color by number, you better bet it would be in here. This is one of those nonsensical images, so just disregard. It's not supposed to be normal. Here's a little notepad sheet stack, some stickers, bulletin board edging, a felt letter, gift wrap. This is art tissue dyed paper. Mumford Cooper Store sales slip. Little tag. 2 more cool journaling cards. I had so much fun making those. A little cluster with a bulletin board strip and little Grover, a felt U, vintage announcement, and 2 more journaling cards. Oh, and Big Bird's feather. I don't know if I mentioned that. Here's Big Bird's feather. Cookie Monster. It's one of his recipes. Here's a TV card, journaling card, and a dry cleaning tag. I need to make more art tissue dyed paper. I'm down to just a few sheets. Oops, that got crimped on the this thing. It's bound to happen when you have different size pages. Here is a fabric cluster, a tuck spot of Ernie with the sign language lady, and I do not remember her name, but she was very much a part of the show in the beginning. Flashcard and a count card. These are just some shapes that I found from Creative Memories, I think, at a thrift store, and I've been happily sewing them into little strips for embellishments. I made a little Sesame Street sign here. We have a ticket, an M, and a game sheet from one of the magazines. A side pocket with a journaling card and a tab. Little mailbox from a magazine. This folds out and out again. Some vintage ribbon. Lyrics from the song. And these are just two little teeny tags that are lace tags. There you go. That one is reserved also. Here's the third one. Oops, I need to keep Bert with Bert. Here is, I think that is wonderful. This one has the loop trim. The bookmark is Oscar on this one, and it says rubbish bin and scram and slimy, and on this one that says slimy, we tried to create Slimy the Worm's colors. So fun. This was a full family participation making these. We did this over the weekend. This is wired ribbon that the wire's been taken out. And it has this fun fabric on the edge. Here's the back. Beautiful image. Front cover, so I left it as it was. Flashcard. Tag. Little eyelet with a rubber ducky. A little X and a little ticket. And a button cluster. Here's a belly band made from a book image, and a shaker card is just a little image from the street. Tweedledum page. Vintage coloring book. Here is a shaped journaling card with Ernie and a historical page. Wallpaper, and here's Ernie, and here's Bert on braid, and here's a fun pad page. This is a book page, and then clipped here is the paint with water and one of the Yip Yips. Paper sack with the fabric cluster, and we have Betty Lou and Barkley. Flashcard. The count as a tuck spot. We have a vintage birthday invite. Trifold. I know you guys have seen these, but just in case someone's coming in mid-video, I'll show that. Show things as I can. Flashcard. Here is a book page envelope with a journaling card inside. Oops, this was on here. Here's the googly eyes. It's on Cookie this time. One second, let me let my cat in. She got shut in the hallway. Here is Betty Lou. 2 journaling cards. He's dreaming about counting bats. So cute. Here's a Big Bird feather and a journaling card and a mixed media tag and a journaling card. Here's a Barkley cluster. Here's a crib sheet card, Cooper's Store, and 2 journaling cards. Here's a felt pieced Grover, fabric ruffle. Here we have a Ernie shirt and a masterboard card. Journaling card and a Telling Time flashcard. A little ribbon cluster here. There's a quote from Big Bird about having a bad day. Big Bird's always so positive and encouraging. Here's some letters. Here's a count journaling card and a little, another journaling card about the subway from the magazine. And then here's a little puffy sun. Book page pocket. A little game card, or game piece, I guess. And this is another image from the magazine. I don't know who this little gal is, but she's adorable. I've got her several times in these. Here's a fabric tag. They tend to get hung up on these paper clips. A vinyl clear pocket. This one made me laugh so hard when I read this book. It's slinking across the sidewalk. A library pocket with the fabric tag, brayered tag, fun pad page rather. This folds down. There's a cluster, felt R, a wallpaper pocket with Sherlock. I had one family circus with something about Sesame Street, the letter E, and a Big Bird journaling card. This is another playing card someone sent me in Happy Mail. This folds out and out. Songbook sheet. Here is the sign language and vintage wallpaper. Vintage gift wrap. 2 more journaling cards. There is not a shortage of images from books on journaling cards in these. I probably made 150, 200. It was a lot. I tried to make lots of flip outs too. I wanted these to be like, almost like lap book style, to encourage more exploration and surprise. This is one of those crayon envelopes that I folded in half. We have a journaling card. Tuck spot. As far as I know, Kermit is the only Muppet that made the crossover between the regular Muppets and Sesame Street. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I love him, and I'm glad he's on both, because I enjoyed watching all of that. Never missed the Muppet Show either. Brayered paper. felt letters here, and then this flips out, and there's 2 little pockets with a game piece, and 2 tickets, and then a belly band with a journaling card. Journaling card, chipboard cluster, little TV, wallpaper card, two more journaling cards. Okay, that is number 3 out of 5. 1 more reserved, and then the last one will be available. If any of the journals I show are claimed after someone views the video, I will go back and edit that in the description box. I'll change available to reserved, so you'll know before you email me. Here is the so fun. This is some yarn I found at Hobby Lobby, and oh my goodness, if this is not Muppet, I don't know what is. And it matched the colors of this cover perfectly. We have a red violet satin tie, purple fabric, the bookmark for this one is Big Bird again, and it says birdseed. You have a plastic letter. Look at all the red, orange, and yellow. I love it. This tassel is removable. Here's a Sherlock quote on here. Little game piece, Uno card, and a bulletin board letter. Big Bird feather, brayer tag, and a crib sheet card. A belly band made with a book image. How cute. And a shaker card with Rover going into the museum of the whole wide world museum. And then a fun pad page. Some ribbon. Quote from Betty Lou. Here is the googly eyed card with Bert. So fun. Y'all, I've had these googly eyes. That's probably the thing in my craft stash that I've had the longest. I've had those since I was in high school or college. Just holding on to them for all these years. Finally getting used. I'll put some number stickers around him. Flashcard, Fix-It Shop tag. This is some paper that I stamped to look like brick on a wall. This is a adorable flashcard and a journaling card. Song sheet, gift wrap. Here's little tags, fabric cluster, flashcard. This is one of those pages that folds out and out again. The center spread is one of the book pages from this book. And the cluster there. There's Big Bird wearing a disco motif from the calendar, and here's Ernie. This envelope flips out, and we have Ernie with Ducky, and it's got inside for journaling. Ruffle, fabric flip. This flips down. Here's that adorable Muppet again. Shaped journaling card and a yip yip. Washi tape. Grover being a W. They talk and jive, these little guys, and I think that's so funny. I guess that's what the Easter call it. You have to be little before you are big. I think that's a Grover quote, or it could be Big Bird. I can't remember. A Braillard card and book page card. A little button cluster, quote from Cookie. There's a history page. Here's a library pocket with a tag. Fabric pocket. This flips up. Super Grover tuck spot. Fabric ruffle envelope. Super Store and an eyelet with a duckling. Oh, and the color, the paint with water page. Belly band with 2 cards. Felt cue and a ticket and some felt letters here. Sorry, I'm a little out of frame. Flash card, tuck spot, pocket. This is a pocket. Book page envelope. Journaling card. Your paper. Gift wrap. There's the Ernie shirt with a K. Oops, I forgot to fold that in. Center has a cluster with Cookie. Wallpaper tab. Tabbed card. A decoupage card. 2 more images on journaling cards. And 3 journaling cards over here. Bulletin board edging, fabric tag, little TV, journaling card. Fabric cluster, fun pink trim, tuck spot here. Here's a felt piece Big Bird. One of the invites folds out. Little Tweedlebug glued to the top there, just so the page wouldn't be white. There's Oscar with his pickles and sardines. Belly band with a fabric tag, fun pad page, and a journaling card. Little side pocket with Ernie. And the vinyl pocket has 2 journaling cards. All right, this one is the last reserved one. The last one I'm showing is available. If no one emails me before to reserve it, it will be available tonight at 8:30. It is another golden book called Bert's Haul of Great Inventions. It is tied with this, it looks almost Rasta trim, and I added little belt type ends. Removable Muppet-like tassel. And this one has a bookmark with Big Bird. It says radar for his teddy bear. Lots of fun colors. And we have a little cluster here on this double pocket. We have fabric tag and a little letter and an Uno card. We have a shaped journaling card and a Big Bird feather. This one also has QR codes. A belly band with a shaker card. tuck pocket. I painted this to look like Big Bird's legs. Cluster here with a crib sheet card and a brayer card. Fabric pocket, mixed media tag. There's Bob. This is from a vintage file folder, actually, the Start Green. A brayer tag, book page card. This is wallpaper. Vintage coloring page. In the middle, it says Believe in Tomorrow, and this is Prayer Dawn doing her morning stretches. There's a fabric Oscar, Tweedlebug card. Journaling card, flash card, Fix It Shop, and a journaling card. Rick Rack. A quote from Big Bird about them not believing him when he talked about Snuffy. Here's a cluster of fabric, and here's Harry and the purple guy. I don't know his name. They're throwing things at Oscar because he's like asking for trash or something. Here is Hooper's Store sales slip and a masterboard card. A Prairie Dawn tuck spot. Fabric tag in the library pocket, flashcard, fun pad page, and a Kermit quote. Bulletin board edging, wallpaper card, and a journaling card. Bulletin board letter and a journaling card. And a button cluster, and this folds down. Belly band. Some fun Rick Rack or zigzag trim there, and then we have a tuck spot here, and a flash card, and a journaling card. Tuck spot, ruffle, vintage ribbon on dyed paper, cluster. Here's the shaky, the googly eye card. Do you see it? Cookie had the best googly eyes potential. Felt letters on there. Here's the invite. Folds out and out again. Here's a pieced Kermit with felt and a historical page. A belly band. Hand painted Yip Yip. Sign language card. Gift wrap. Vintage trim. Centric page was really cool. Corner pocket with some journaling cards. Here's Ernie's shirt and a paint with water page. Wallpaper card and dry clean tag. A TV card, journaling card, fabric tab on that one. Little Grover quote. Here's a Grover journaling card and tickets. A felt B and a journaling card. This is a side pocket, and we have a fun page and a journaling card and a ticket. And this flips out. We have a journaling card here, and then a tall pocket here. And the vinyl pocket has 2 journaling cards. All right, this is the one that will be available tonight in my shop at 8:30 Eastern, unless someone emails me to reserve it. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for one more video with the Whitman's Tell-a-Tales.